Hey guys, welcome back. We're on our second episode of the podcast. I'm actually here with Sary, who's actually my partner and my wife, and she's also a realtor just like me. You guys probably seen her on the TikToks every once in a while. So
trying to be more on camera.
Yes, so that's
for popular demand. I'm just kidding.
People have been asking, like, where's Sary? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. So, but today, if you guys haven't seen the last video, the link's in the bio. We were talking about doing an application to get an approved for a home. Today, we've been actually getting a lot of comments, especially on TikTok, about leasing, whether it be an apartment or a house, the benefits of it, the difference between it, and how to do it. So I think that's mainly what we're going to talk about today, right?
Right.
So I think we should first jump off into the difference. What do you think the main difference would be between the two?
Like why someone would choose an apartment?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it really just depends on lifestyle, in my opinion. So, like, let's say that you're going for apartments maybe because you want to take advantage of like their amenities. Maybe they have a pool or a sauna, or you're single and you just want to,
ready to mingle.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes apartment complexes do like mixers and stuff like that to get that community vibe. So that may be why someone's wanting to go for an apartment. If you're wanting to go for a house, maybe you're trying that vibe out before you buy a house.
Like the area, trying to see
if you like the neighbors or the proximity without actually committing to something.
Yeah, because I think the traffic too.
Right, and then that gives you a little bit more sense of privacy depending on how close your neighbors are, because that's something we deal with.
Yeah, we've done both. We live in apartments, we live in rentals. I think for me, if we go the other way of like what we don't like, it's just on apartments mainly, for me, it's your upstairs neighbors. Like if they have a lot of kids running around, that's I think a lot of people are like, well, I'm gonna go tell the manager. There's nothing you can do about it. It's apartment living.
I mean, yeah, because it just comes with it. Yeah. But there's a lot of great pros in my opinion for living in an apartment, like the community and
amenities will probably be the biggest thing for me. Amenities, because a lot of these places will have apartments will have like basketball courts, they'll have gyms, they have nights.
Someone with the sauna.
Saw with sauna. Actually, right here off of 410 and 151, they're building some new ones. And they had a sauna, they had a basketball court, a tennis court, a pool.
I think they have like a lazy river, right?
That was a builder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know any apartment that has a lazy river.
I thought there was
that
one.
would be one.
Just kidding.
But that would probably be the main things. With the house, because we actually live in a house that we rent. And so the main thing for me was just privacy, not having people come into my house to do inspections every quarter, like some apartments do, not all of them. But still having the comfortability of like if something breaks, I can do a work order and they fix it, like they fix our gate.
Hate doing manual labor.
Hate doing manual labor. So don't like to see the light.
You don't have to worry about.
So that's something I like. So what would you say a con would be for, I guess, not having any equity into that house that's
I mean, definitely. And also it's gonna depend on where you are in life. I mean, obviously we're realtors, like our whole job is to sell homes and provide those different options. But I think part of the thing that makes us great realtors is that we recognize that maybe that you're not in the stage of life where you're ready to buy. Maybe you just moved, or maybe you're new to the city, or you're thinking you're only here temporarily. Like there's different pros and cons for either, in my opinion. But that's why I think connecting with a real estate agent to just kind of have that conversation of where you are, someone that understands, like maybe your finances need a little help, or maybe your credit needs a little help. Obviously it makes sense to buy, right? But for example, for us, we're currently renting because it just makes sense for our lifestyle. We're not ready to commit to that point. And it's kind of funny because we're real estate.
You notice a lot of realtors don't own their house yet.
And I mean, I just don't believe in being like faking that. I'm very real. I'm very transparent with my clients. I think that, it's important to have those types of conversations with my clients, because I don't want to push them into something that they're not ready for. So that's why we offer, we do, we kind of balance that work between us. Like I'll work with buyers. Sometimes I'll work with sellers. He works with a lot of the rental stuff. So, I mean, it's just kind of not being afraid to say, hey, I'm not ready to buy. I want to rent. And then just kind of giving people their options. Because some people don't know that, they can buy. Or some people don't think they can buy.
You'd be surprised how many people we come across that are asking for a rental and then end up buying because they didn't know certain situations, like Alyssa.
Right. Yeah.
She was a VA veteran. Took her to a rental that she was going to be paying $1,800 a month. As we had a conversation with her, found out she was ex-military and that she had a VA that she just didn't know how to use.
And she was 100% disabled.
Yeah, she's 100% disabled. So we ended up getting her a brand new 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with her VA loan, so with her taxes taken out and everything, closing costs covered. She actually pays like, was it 13?
I think it was like $1,400.
Like
I think 14 and change, or a little bit less than that, but
it would have been
like $400 less than what she was gonna rent for. So that's like that's honestly one of my favorite stories to tell is you know, providing that information. We saved her $400 and now she has a home for her son.
And to build equity.
You know what I mean? And she's building equity. So I think it's just, again, going back to just a conversation, understanding that not everybody's life is, or not everybody's ready in life to own, and that's okay. You know, we can help with that. That's why we're wealth partners. We want to help you build wealth through real estate, but we also understand that, you know, maybe you need to work on your credit, maybe you need to work on your finances, and we can help you find a home. I don't really like that sometimes. I get clients that tell me that sometimes realtors just kind of push like, oh, just let me know when you're done renting. Like, I'm the kind of agent that I want to be with you every step of the way. If you're ready to rent, okay, well, let's find you a rental and then let's continue to build. And I think follow-up is a big thing.
Yeah. Well, let's get back into the apartments and the houses. I think the first thing we need to talk about is the different qualifications. They're pretty much the same, but I would say apartments are more flexible with credit and more, you know, mistakes we've made in the past, like broken leases, evictions, things like that. A lot of them,
those are called second chance.
Yeah, they have second chance homes that they can do. Homes are not that forgiving. A lot of them, they're not going to want an eviction or a broken lease before 2 years. And after the 2 years, they want at least 1 year of good rental history. So that's going to be where it might be a little bit more difficult. Credit's going to be a thing. A lot of places that are homes will have 600 credit scores or above. Some of them can go down to 550, but we have to look for them. With apartments, it's an overall thing. Like, they'll look at your credit, they'll look at your income, they'll look at your past rental experience. Yeah. It's more of a whole portfolio of like what you have going on.
Yeah,
they are more flexible to get you in though.
Apartments, yeah, I feel like apartments, it's more, just in what I've seen, it's more about the debt to income ratio, and obviously making sure that there's not too many like broken leases or things that they've.
If you have more than one broken lease, it's gonna be
really,
crazy
really,
hard.
really
One broken lease is doable. 2 broken leases are, for me, from what I can do, is almost impossible.
Really,
and then the apartments that will take you might not be the ones you prefer, but that's what we want to get the information out there. We want you to think about things before you do them. You know, if you're struggling with paying your rent, go talk to your apartment complex and, hey, I really don't want to break my lease. I don't want to fall behind. What can we do to work this out?
Right.
Saving that, because I've had people like, oh, I'll just break my lease and go to another place before it shows up.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You know,
it's hard.
It's gonna make it harder for you in the future, especially when you want to get a rental home. Because a lot of people, they'll do apartments. Like, we did an apartment first, and then we were like, we have 2 dogs now. We have us. I want to build a family. Like, we need more space, but we don't want to buy just yet. Let's get a house. And so we ended up getting a 3-bedroom, 2.5 house, about 1,600 square feet. At the time was $1,325. Now we're like 16 something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Thank you, inflation. Anyways, but
whole different podcast.
But at the same time too, I still feel like it's a good price point for our money, that we have a house, have a nice backyard for the dogs and stuff. So so that's good. I think the next thing would be the pre-leasing.
Well, before you wrap that up, the qualifications, it's also important to understand that, like, let's say that you want to go for something that's on the market that's like maybe with a property management company. Every single property management company is different. Every single property, at the end of the day, it comes down to the owner. So the owner can say, hey, I don't like that they had like one late payment. I'm just not gonna, it comes down to their bias. So I like to work with, we work with a large company. Rental companies, because that's a little bit more like
their standards.
Yeah, their standards are set. They will send it out to a third party, like
I don't know if I told you.
Oh, what?
They have machines now, that AIs that will process that. Oh yeah? Did I tell you? It's freaking crazy.
I do my research.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got you. So they'll send it out to like a screening company, and then if you pretty much fit the algorithm, if you fit like what they want in a tenant, it'll automatically get approved. If not, it goes to like a manual override, and then, you know, that's a little bit easier to work with than like going to an owner who's like strict about what they want. So there's different things, and that's why it's important to also speak to an agent, in my opinion, even if you're looking for a rental, because they have an agent, they have an expert that's with them that's going to help them, process through these applications. So it only makes sense for you to have an expert on your side to kind of help you go through that. And let's say that you don't get approved somewhere. Okay, well, let's break that down. Why, excuse me, why didn't you get approved? What can we work on? Because it's the same thing. I mean, the whole goal is to get you into a home.
And then even before we send you somewhere, we're going to do what we call pre-screening with you guys. And I have a link down below that you guys can fill out. If you're looking for an apartment, if you're looking for a rental home, and pretty much it just asks you standard stuff like how much you make a month, how long, when do you try to move in by, the little things, so that way we can pre-screen you to know, like, we're not just gonna send you to like a car dealership and shotgun your application everywhere, because that's $75. But application fees are a cost that you have to pay upfront before you even know you're
per
approved.
Applicant.
Yes. And so
we
have systems where we can look, especially with apartments too, we can look at the apartments, ask them, and previously already talked to them about, hey, what kind of criteria are you looking for? So that way we can give you the best chance. We can't guarantee everything because we can't see everything, like what's on your credit and stuff, but we can at least get you a chance, like if your credit's around here, if your income's around here, these apartments will probably the best chance that you'll get approved at.
And also we'll be able to help you figure out like what that budget is and where you can go up to. So like, let's say I've shown houses for rent actually like $5,000 something $1,000 per month at the Dominion, and it's just like, okay, I mean, can you afford that? It's the same thing, the same rule of thumb for when you buy to where you rent. If you can afford that, great. Should you pay that? That's your decision. But that goes back to the conversation of like, we're trying to help you. We're wanting to partner with you to build wealth, and that also it's not just a conversation when you're buying, it's also for when you're renting. Can you afford the world? Yeah, maybe you can. Should you pay for it? That's a deeper conversation.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the big things, as well as a lot of the places will ask that you make 3 times rent.
Yeah.
That's going to be gross before any taxes or deductions or anything. A lot of times you're going to need to have check stubs. Apartments will take bank statements too. Some houses will take bank statements if like you're a 1099 and you get direct deposit type stuff, or you pass a check. As long as you can see something, whatever's in black and white, they're going to want.
Sometimes they'll take offer letters as well.
Offer letters if you're new to the city. Yeah.
Or need a job.
I think the biggest thing with apartments though than houses, that the pre-listing. A lot of pre-leasing, sorry. A lot of home owners won't push out 2 or 3 months for you to get ready to move in, and I think that's the hardest thing, because when apartments, it's weird here in Texas. So in Texas, a lot of apartments, whenever you're thinking about moving, you have to give your existing apartment a 60-day notice. And then you only the place they try to go to can only hold for 30 days sometimes.
Or 15 sometimes.
And so now you're stuck. Now you have to give a notice for 60 days to a house that you might not be on the market.
Enter in panic mode.
Yes, and so it's a thing. And I hate it. I wish it wasn't a thing. I think 30 days should be efficient, not 60 days. But that being said, apartments are more flexible, where if you're going to move from one apartment to another, some of them can pre-lease you for 60 days because they're still happy, but they gave their 60-day notice. With homes, it's a lot harder. It's a lot more juggling for us. Like, it's not impossible, but it's something we can do. But a lot of them, they'll only hold for like 2 weeks, a month at max.
No, I think 2 weeks is probably.
Well, I'm saying like if they're like not ready yet, and they have something
if they put a deposit down. But I have seen, like, I just did a search yesterday for a client, and there was a couple of houses that were 60 days out. So I think it'll be rare, but we can we can help you find.
It's out there. It's like the golden ticket. Anyways, but that's actually a big thing. And then I think the last thing.
Also promotions too. So like, So I have notes here. I think I put them in the wrong order.
You're good.
My bad.
So promotions.
Yeah. So a big pro of working with apartment complexes, or even like a big company that does rental homes is promotions, because sometimes they'll have like. If you rent and pay a deposit by XYZ or by this date, you will get a free month's rent. So they do have promotions like that.
Yeah, it's not always like that. Like sometimes it could be like 2 weeks free, or just a waived deposit, waived admin, something like that. But any money that's not coming out of your pocket to give to them is always great. I think the biggest one,
this economy.
Yeah, any economy actually. Right now, I think like rental homes. I think actually it ends today. There was one that if you applied and it got approved with the deposit by the 27th, moved in by the 29th, you didn't have to pay any prorated rent for the rest of the month, which was only like 2 or 3 days. But you don't have to pay any rent for the month of October. So you didn't have any rent till November. So things like that because moving is expensive, especially if you have a lot of stuff and you got to pay for moving teams and things like that. Any money you can keep in your pocket is the best. So we try to look for those, and if we tell you, hey, there's no promotions for what you're looking for, then there's no promotions for what you're looking for. But our thing is to keep as much money in your pocket as possible, because honestly, it doesn't benefit us if you do or don't. We get paid the same either way, and you don't have to pay us for any of this service. It's the apartment complex or the rental home company. They pay us a commission. All you have to do for us is put our little name on the application, and that's it. So that's all you have to do. Don't forget, that's a really important part for us.
Yeah.
So if you guys can do that, we can help you look quite a bit.
And we also, we work with a lot of military personnel who are relocating.
San Antonio.
So whether you're buying or renting, we work with a lot of military personnel, and so we'll actually do virtual tours. Like we'll FaceTime. We'll send you.
It's super cool though. God. I'm sorry. So a lot of people. I know. I'm ADHD, so if something pops up, I just gotta say it. So just a lot of, because I get a lot of military people, and they'll say, "Hey, I'm only here for 3 months. I don't want a long-term lease, but a lot of places will only give you like a 1-year lease. But if they'll do a 6-month lease, it's usually more expensive than 1-year lease. I'm gonna tell you, go ahead and do the 1-year lease. You wanna know why?
Oh, I know why.
You know why, right? Because it's in your contract that if you get orders to leave, that it won't be counted as a broken lease for you. So you can still get the same great price of a 1-year lease without having to do the full contract.
Because you're getting military orders.
Yeah, so as long as you have military orders, you're good to go.
You don't have to worry about I know. About broken leases or anything like that, because you're getting military orders. The military kind of trumps that. So,
sorry, what were you saying? Did you forget?
Yeah. Well, you interrupt me.
Sorry.
See, I'm saying. What was I saying? Oh, about the virtual tours.
So,
if you're looking to relocate and maybe it's not for like a month, or you're in a different state. I actually just helped somebody move from, where was she from? Oklahoma? I think it was Oklahoma.
We didn't talk about Oklahoma here.
Yeah. What?
Oklahoma Horns.
You're so dumb. Stop interrupting me. I'm listening to you. Well, anyways, I helped her move from Oklahoma here, and I did like virtual tours, and I helped her. She actually signed the lease, got her deposit paid and everything like that before she was able to move all of her stuff, because she was shipping everything.
Yeah.
So I was able to get that. The keys to her, so she came in, settled in, to her house, and then everything got delivered. So we're more than able to help you with that, whether you're moving with the military or just relocating for a job, or because you love San Antonio, whatever.
FaceTime, stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that.
So we can see it, because a lot of times, because I've heard horror stories of people moving out of town.
Yeah.
And then when they get there, 2 things happen. 1, they got scammed, and the house is not even for them.
Oh my gosh, I know.
2, the house is completely not ready for them. It's dirty. It's bad. So always put eyes, whether it be your eyes or a realtor's eyes, on the property before you sign any lease.
And also, scams are such a big thing right now. Yeah. Never cash out a realtor.
Realtors never get money from you guys.
No,
ever.
They shouldn't. So if a real estate agent or realtor asks for that, huge red flag. If they do that, one of the things that Texas requires from real estate agents or realtors is to provide you with information about brokerage services and provide you with a consumer protection notice, because at the end of the day, we're trying to protect you guys, right? Mm-hmm. So that's something that you should always get from any real estate agent, any realtor, is information about them, their license, their brokerage. If you feel like it might be a scam, always reach out to the broker or reach out to the agent. I give out my information all the time, because I'm like, I've had someone who said, "Are you sure you're not a scam? You seem too good to be true." And I mean, I know, but I'm just kidding.
Get that a lot.
Yeah, but it's just, you want to stay informed. You want to make sure that we're putting your needs first at the end of the day. So, yeah, if anybody asks you for money up front.
What's been a big thing?
What?
Is actual realtors will tell you guys, "Hey, if you pay me $50, I can take you to see these houses." Don't do that. Go to a different realtor. The reason they're doing that is because it's not guaranteed. I've heard that. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get the place or you'll use them, so they're trying to get paid for their time. That's not how this works. Find a different realtor.
Yeah.
So.
I just drove 45 minutes yesterday and 45 minutes back to somebody who had 3 broken leases, and I was like...
After we asked them, but that's part of the game, guys. That's what we signed up for, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it's happened before. But yeah, no, I obviously I'm not going to ask her for money. That's my job.
That, you saying, I think we can end it with 100% be truthful when we ask you questions, guys.
For sure.
I think a lot of people are thinking, like, if I don't say it, they're not gonna find out. Guys, the agency will find out about certain things when they pull your credit or do a rental check or something. Just be truthful, so that way we can tell you, hey, we can't help you. We'll tell you if we can't help you, or we'll tell you, hey, these are your only options. What do you think?
And or maybe I can refer you out to somebody who can help you. So, you know, that's just, I'm very transparent, and so I hope to build up that rapport where the client is very transparent, so that way we can just kind of get things done.
Yeah, if you're telling me you make $10,000 a month and then I get your check stubs and it's only like $1,000, that's a big difference, you know? Like, just be truthful so that we can, it's just gonna be a disservice to you, because if I'm looking for this over here and you can't qualify for this, it's wasting your time and mine to help you the best way we can. And especially a lot of you guys are like in crunch time because you're moving from out of town or something, you need a place urgently. Yeah. Just tell me what you got, I'll let you know what I can do. So, for sure. But I think that's gonna be a wrap for this one. I think it's really good. I think if any of you guys are needing, all our notes. I think if any of you guys are looking for a house or a rental, Sary's available. Her number's gonna be on here. My numbers will be on the bottom too. Sary speaks Spanish.
I do.
She hola español. I don't. So as much as I try, I can't.
We've been married for 11 years and he still just knows like 5 basic
Comedor. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. So that's gonna be pretty much. I know tacos. Yeah. Carne salad and cheese are great. Okay, but that being and if we get you an apartment, you're more than welcome to bring me tacos. More than welcome to. I'll take payments in tacos. So,
you would.
I would. But anyways, guys, feel free to reach out to us. Even if it's just for questions, we'd be happy to help you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much everything today, guys. If y'all have any questions, let us know, and we'll see y'all next week probably. Later, guys.
Bye.